have this in here. So this is what you're going to start off with, is just a bare screen. And then we're going to go to Sketch in the top toolbar right here. And so these are the different planes. I assume you guys know about front, top, and right side. It's just, you know, depends on which way you're looking. And so we're going to start off on the front plane. So it can be hard to like click the front plane sometimes depending on where you click. So I kind of like to click in the corner and then it'll be highlighted as orange. And we're going to start with the outline. So up here in the sketch folder is where we have all these shapes. So we have lines, and then we have like a regular bold line, a midpoint line, center line. I like to use my center lines as more like a hidden line in case I just need to line something up and then I'll delete it later. So I'm going to start off with a line, and then you can start at the origin or you cannot. It doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to draw the outline I showed earlier. It doesn't even need to be perfect. I'm just going to draw like a C. And so if you notice, there's a faint yellow line that you guys should see, and it'll lock on and snap to a vertical position. I mean, you could do it like angled, but you know, then it won't be straight. But I can also show you guys like how, in case you do it angled like that, I'll show you how to fix that. Okay. So I have my outline, and you guys can do it angled if you want, because I'll show you how to fix it, or you can do it straight automatically. That's up to you guys. But is everyone okay so far?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So right now we have this wonky C. And so there are these things called relations, and you know, relationship for how your lines are going to look, relations for that specific line, relations towards other things. So first I'm going to do add relation. And so I made this line here crooked. I can click that and I can make it vertical. So these little green blocks right here, these are some of the relations. So every single one says that this one's vertical, this one's vertical, this one's horizontal, this one's horizontal. So that's one way you can fix if you have like, you know, a crooked line or something and you want it to be perfectly straight. And then another one that we could do, I'm going back to display, delete, relations, add relations, is I want these two lines to be the same length all the time, but I don't want to have to dimension this one and then go and dimension this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear my selection and select these two lines, and I'm going to do equal, so that when I dimension one of them, the other one will change automatically. And I'll show you that right now. So I do smart dimension, and then I'll click any one. You can click the top one or the bottom one. And I think I had mine at like 0.1. You know, not too thick, not thick. 0.1. And then I want to make this longer. It still looks chunky, but you know. So I'm going to dimension this long length right here. So I'm going to do from this corner, a smart dimension, from this corner to this line, and it'll give me this dimension right here in between those. And I'm going to do like 1.25. Wow, that's what happens when you don't add relations. So I'm going to do add relation. I'm going to add the dimension for this guy and this one. I know it's going to look super weird right now, but we're going to fix that. And I'm going to make that like 0.15. Let me do this like 1 inch. Wow. All right. I messed up somewhere. Teaching is hard, guys. Teaching is really hard. I'm just going to delete my thing again. I promise you I know what I'm doing. I just don't usually show people. Is anyone lost or like need assistance?
I kind of.
You're kind of lost?
But I didn't catch how to like make something share a dimension no matter what with another line.
Okay, so I'll do that again since I just deleted it all. Yeah, no problem. So up here is display, delete, relations. And I'm going to go add relation. And then I want to have these two verticals be the same. So I'm going to click this one, right? Line 13 and 17, and I'm going to do equal so that they'll be the same. Does that make sense?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and dimension this, the mouthpiece, I'm going to call it, the one that's going to hug my desk. I'm going to say, I measured mine to be around 18 millimeters. So I did a whole Google conversion. So it's like 0.325. You can make yours, however, if you guys want to grab a ruler really quick and measure your desk, you can do that. It's up to you. And I'm also going to make this 0.1 inch. And then I'm going to make this part. Oh, actually, we also need to make this line and this line be the same. Here and here, these two horizontal lines, we want them to be the same length. So that when I dimension this, it'll be so 0.85. Is that good? Yeah, I think that looks good. And then this is kind of skinny, so I'm going to make this a little thicker right here. Make this say 0.15. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. So I have this general shape here. If you want to adjust a dimension, what if I want to make this 1.15? That'll do it automatically. I don't know why my first C looked super wonky. That was kind of weird. But I fixed it because, yeah. So anyone dying inside? Anyone cool? Not cool? Everyone good?
How did you get the pull out so you can change the dimensions again?
How to edit the dimension?
Yes.
You could just double click it. You don't even need to be in dimension or anything. You just straight up double click the dimension you want to change. So I can do this to 1.05. Yeah. Okay. So we have our general shape and now we want to extrude it because we're going to 3D print these. So you can there's two ways to do this. You can either hit exit sketch and go to features, extrude, and then do that way. Or you can go back to the sketch. Oh, and if you exit your sketch and you want to go back, all you have to do is right click on sketch 1 and then edit sketch. Okay, so that's one way. And then also up here, I know I'm jumping back and forth a lot, but up here you can change your views. And if you have a scroll wheel, that'll be really helpful. So if you hold down on your scroll, you can orbit around. So I showed you one way to go to extrude. Another way is staying inside the sketch, going to features and extrude. So there's two ways to do it. I typically like to do the stay inside the sketch and then extrude because then I know exactly where I'm at. So I'm gonna do probably maybe 1.15 inches. When I did 1 inch, it felt kind of flimsy. So I'll make it a little thicker. And once you do that, it'll go inside this little tree. So this is where your sketch will be. And this is what we have so far. Everyone good still?
How did you get it to orbit?
Orbit? Do you
Yeah.
have a mouse?
Yeah,
Okay, do you have a scroll wheel?
I do.
Okay, so just hold down on your scroll wheel and then you can just drag around
Oh, thank you.
screen.
Okay.
And also on your keyboard, if you hit Control and then hit the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can go to different.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Control 7 is your isometric. Okay, so let's do this view. Now we're going to make the tail. So there's, again, two ways you can do it. You can either draw your sketch on this face and have it go all the way out and extrude it back. Or we can draw on this face and then have it extrude out again. Do you guys want to see both or do you want to just see one? preference? No preference?
How about start on the back face?
This one right here?
Yeah.
This one? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. Okay, so you can either click it and then go to sketch, or you can hit sketch and then click the face. Control 8 will usually line up the face that you're on. And so I want to do, I'm just going to make a basic rectangle. So we have these rectangle options here. I think I'll use the corner rectangle just because it'll be easier for me to, line it up. But you have the 3-point center. I don't ever use these ones. I usually only ever use the corner and the center. And then, yeah. And so when you did that, you should have seen those little this yellow square right here on my mouse. That means coincident, and that means that they're stuck together. They're basically like glued together. So you should have these little green ones in the corner that show that they're connected. So I'm just going to dimension this to be maybe like 0.15. I think that'll be sturdy enough. Or let's make a 0.2. 0.2. Headphones can be heavy.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
To make the sketch snap to the back, where was that key?
Like you
Like,
were crooked. You were like this.
So, yeah, I'm like that, right? And
Uh-huh.
but I can get it to the back. But how do you get it to actually where you can draw on there?
Oh, so hit sketch. Here, let me
Okay.
exit. Exit. You hit sketch and then click the face.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
Okay.
I just didn't. Sorry.
And then to line it up, like say you were like this, to line it up, you can hit Control 8 on your keyboard.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I need to edit my sketch. Go back to edit. And I kind of want this in the middle. So there's two ways to do this. I can use a relation, or I can just do smart dimension. The relation is a little bit easier because if you want to edit the entire sketch, it'll be easier to adjust everything. Instead, you would have to, go in and edit the dimensions. But if you edit one dimension, everything will change parametrically. So that's always nice. So I think I accidentally may have lined it up, but I don't think I did. So I'm going to add relation, and then I'm going to right click on this line. I'm going to do select midpoint. And then it might be a little tricky, but I'm going to right click on the small rectangle line and do select midpoint. They're almost lined up, actually. That was close. And then I'm going to hit coincident. So they'll be on top of each other and lined up. So now my rectangle is perfectly in the middle. Everyone get that? Okay, I think everyone got it. So again, now we're going to extrude it out. Again, you can exit sketch and use features, or you can do it straight from features. Since I did this way last time, I'll exit sketch, I'll do it the other way. Features, extrude, and then sometimes it's weird and you can't highlight it, so you'll have to go to the tree here and highlight it through there. See that? Yeah. And my headphones are about like an inch thick in its like waist diameter, not diameter, width. So I'm gonna do like 1.4 to give it some room, or like 1.5. So we have like this little field goal looking thing. Everyone cool? Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna add, you could stop here, but I'm gonna add like a little ledge here so I don't accidentally, make it fall off. So again, we have two options. We can use this front face here and build up and then extrude out, or we can use this top face and then extrude up. So I'm gonna use the side face just so I can show you guys a couple more features. So I'm gonna click it, sketch, and then Control 8 to line myself up. And then I'm gonna use the corner rectangle again, and then wait for I get that orange dot, and then just build up. gonna smart dimension this to 0.15. I really like, no, that's too short. I'm gonna do 0.25. Yeah. Okay, and I think this should be, oh, look at that, 0.15. So I'm just gonna do that 0.15 by 0.25. I think that's a good rectangle size. And then, so I'm going to extrude it. So when you extrude things, there's different ways that you can extrude it. So obviously it's going in the wrong direction. This right here, reverse direction, obviously reverses the direction. So there are obvious different modes here. Some of these you'll have to like practice with SolidWorks and play with it, and then you can like get used to it. So blind is, you know, whatever measurement you put here. Through all, say you have 2 walls that you're going through, then it'll go through both walls. Up to next, I think that's up to the next line. I can't remember, up to vertex, I think that's explanatory. I'm gonna use up to surface. Say I don't know what this distance is right here. So all I have to do is do up to surface, and then I want it to touch this wall. So I'm gonna click that wall, and it'll be perfectly in line with this length. And then hit the check mark, and boom, we have a very boxy headphone holder. Anyone dying inside?
I think I get most of it. So,
Good, good.
yeah, it's pretty similar to Inventor.
Oh yeah, super similar.
Yeah.
So also I noticed in my very, very first version, I left it like this, and it would sometimes fall off the desk, mostly because this was too thick. And then sometimes this tongue, this arm would bend a little bit. So in my second version, I added like a little support, that little triangle there. So we're gonna add a support because we don't want our headphones falling, because headphones can be expensive.
So how did you get the drawing from 2D, and then you changed it to 3D, like right at the beginning?
Yeah. So you mean from a sketch to an extrude?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Sketch, let me edit it. So in Sketch, we have this 2D plane. It's gray, right? So you can either go to Features. I already extruded it, so it's blocked out. So right here in Features, this is Extrude. So Extrude, you know, I'm going to extrude something. That'll be how you get it to 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nice.
So we're going to do it again. So we'll review that again. So I'm going to hit Sketch again, and then I'm going to do this front face right here. And then I'm going to make that little support beam. Let's see. So I'm going to drag this along until I see the midpoint right here. And I'm going to connect that to here. And then I'm going to make, so another thing, when you have a line and you go back to the point you were at and drag out, you'll get an arc. If you like double click, then it'll go away. I'm just going to make a parallelogram right here. Gonna make it nice and even, like that. I think it's crooked. Oh, I guess we could have tried parallelogram. I'm gonna try that. I actually don't use that, so I'm gonna try it. You can use the lines, but I'm gonna try this parallelogram thing. Oh, that worked very nicely, actually. So yeah, there's that. So, okay, that was actually good because I can show you another thing. So you notice how there's like this little triangle hanging out here when it doesn't really need to be there. You can add a line from here to here, and then you can trim it. So we have trim entities right here, and say you have excess, you can just, all you have to do is click and then drag away, and it's gone. And let me add a relation because I didn't. Okay, mine weren't actually connected. So we have this nice parallelogram. That was a nice tool. Everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to do the extrude again. So we're going to go to features, extrude, boss base, and it's again going in the wrong direction. So we're going to do reverse direction, and I want it to go all the way. So I'm going to do up to surface and then click this other side. So it'll be perfectly matched up. And then we have our little support piece. What do you guys think so far? Not too bad? Not too hard? Good.
I'm all right.
All right. Okay. Let's see. So now I'm going to show you guys how to fill it. Actually, do you guys want to like write your name or something? That'd be kind of fun, right?
Sure.
Writing our names. Yeah. I'm gonna put my name right here. This seems like a good spot to put my name. So I'm gonna sketch on there. And then we have text right here. So I'm just gonna click text and I'm gonna do like Sam. It's gonna always show up at the origin. But if I click where I want the point to be, right here. And then we have, it says use document font, but you can unclick that and then use whatever font you want. Like I think I'm gonna use this one. This one looks nice. And I'm gonna do like 9 point. Make it nice and tiny. And I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah.
Where was the text?
In the same area as all the other shapes. So you have the line, the rectangle, and then
Right.
all the way to the right you have text.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And I think there's a way to like double click it, and then there's a way to, I think you could curve it. Yeah. But I think it looks ugly like that, so I'm gonna not curve it. Yeah, that's fine. And my other one, I added like circles here just for design purposes to make it pretty. And then I'm gonna do cut because I haven't showed you guys cut yet. So I'm gonna do an extruded cut, different from extruded boss base because this one's taking away material, the other one is adding material. So if I click that, this is probably gonna look kind of ugly, but the same options for extruding it's the same for cutting. So I'm gonna do up to surface and click that. And sometimes it says bodies to keep, I'll just hit OK. And that's it. But now my name's backwards on the other side, so I'm actually not going to do cut to all the surface. So if you want to adjust how deep you cut, how much you extrude, right click and then do edit feature. If you want to look at the sketch that was like part of, say I wanted to add my last name, you could do edit sketch. They're right next to each other. So do any edit feature. I'm going to change it back to blind, and I'm going to do like 0.1 of an inch or 0.05 so that it doesn't look as weird on the other side. So yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys how to fillet and chamfer. So fillet is making a rounded corner. I have rounded corners on my desk, so I want to fillet these edges so it'll fit better. So right here, you'll have fillet and then you have chamfer. So I'll show you guys both. So fillet, we're gonna do fillet first. I always keep it at this constant size fillet because I've never used these other ones before. They don't look too bad though. So the radius, I always have to adjust just like with trial and error. So 2 ways to use fillet. You can either click each edge you want to fillet, or you can click the face. So let me clear the selection. You can click that just so you don't have to, oops. So just so you don't have to click every single edge. And these are kind of thick. So I'm going to change it to 0.0, oops, 0.015 because I like 0.15. So I'm just gonna fill it all around here because I think that'll look nice. And I usually leave filleting to the end, like very, very end, just because it's kind of not necessary, really. I want to do this one, because when you 3D print things, sometimes it has sharp corners. And sometimes you might cut your finger, and that's a big ouch. So yeah, so I'm just going to fillet those. Here are your list of things to fillet. Say you want to delete edge 8, just right click and hit delete. And then you can just go back and reselect. Okay, so those are my fillets. I'm going to go show you guys chamfer as well. So it's under the same tab, chamfer, and it's very, very similar to fillet. So I think I'll do these ones. Whoa, that's huge. And then I'll do 0.015 because that's like the best number. And then I can just, it's the same way. If you want to chamfer all sides, you can do that. It's kind of easier to do. It's kind of like on a picture frame. And so chamfer has like kind of a degree to it, like on a picture frame, so you can increase or decrease that degree, and that's the amount that can be cut away. So I can put mine back to, I like 50. So yeah, so we have these more sharp, but like not sharp, kind of classy edges, and then we have these more soft, touchy edges. I think I went pretty fast on accident. So this is basically the headphone holder. I'm gonna 3D print mine, and hopefully it'll work better this time. And you guys can submit yours to 3D print. I can show you guys how to save it as an STL, which is what we use for 3D printing. So we can save ours as, I'll do side desk mount version 2. So I save that as the SolidWorks part, and then to save it as an STL, you go to Save As, and then you just have to scroll all the way down to STL. And say you wanted to laser cut the outline of this, just to like look at the outline. Actually, one good way to see if it fits your desk is you can laser cut the outline of your desk mount holder, and then you'll have a very thin piece, and then you can shove it against the desk and see if it works. But it's the same way we use DXF files for laser cutting. So exactly the same way. Any questions so far? And since we have like an hour left, because I guess I suck at teaching and I go too fast, we can do another part. We can like draw something else too.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble, like, I don't know why it's so hard for me, but selecting like a certain part of an extrusion to
Okay.
or whatever.
Okay.
Like, yeah, picking a face, like it'll highlight as blue, and then I just won't be able to do anything with it.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a new part. I'm gonna do like a circle. So I'll just do the top plane. So I want to extrude the circle. So you're here, right? Do you hit exit sketch, or do you do features first? Because there's two ways.
First, right?
Features first.
Or don't you exit first and then?
You can do both. You can do both. So I typically, like when I'm drawing something for myself, I typically just go straight to features and then extrude boss base. That way you don't have to worry about selecting the face, but sometimes it can be finicky if you have, if this makes sense, multiple faces on one face. So when you did it, just straight going to extrude boss base, did it work for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about like when it is extruded already.
Oh.
And I'm trying to draw on a certain part of it.
Okay. Sorry. So you're here. So you can either click the face where it's blue. This is what you were talking about.
Yes.
And then sketch tab, sketch, and then you're in the sketch.
So as soon as I click that, let's see, so how do I fillet this? Like the edge. Oh, do I have to click the edge if I want to fillet it? Like
Yeah, so you can click the edge to fillet. Sometimes the faces, there's like different parts of a face that can't be filleted, or maybe the diameter or the radius of your fillet is too large. So if it shows up like, if you click a face and you can't fillet, like no fillets come up, try decreasing your radius and it should show up. 'Cause
Okay, I just got it. Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. Anyone else have anything?
I'm trying to kind of figure out how to. I made the circle thing just to try to make like new
Practice.
part stuff.
Yeah.
How exactly do you? I haven't figured out how to like change like the direction and stuff. So, like make it look at. I know how to like do the control 3 or 4 or something like that, but I don't know how to, like make it more like specific.
Oh, so like say you want to see the bottom of this?
Yeah, or like see it
So-
from a side angle or something like that.
Yeah. So right here, right in this middle, we have all of these options.
Yeah.
I guess really quick, we can do section view, which will cut it in half based on the planes. So in case you have like a tube and there's something in the middle and you want to look at that, there's that. I actually have no idea what this does, so I'm not going to click it. View orientation is where you can get to the specific ones. So it shows every single, I don't know why my window is showing more windows, but it shows everyone. So say if you want to go to bottom, you can hit this little cube, half cube, and then you can hit bottom and we'll go to the bottom. And then we can do like isometric view. Is that what you were asking?
I was kind of asking like how like you can pick from your screen. I can see that you can like change it slightly, like not like a specific aim, but just like change it a little bit slightly.
Like
It's not
this?
showing up. Yeah, like that.
Oh, I have a mouse. So my mouse has a scroll wheel on it. So when you hold down on your scroll wheel, you can click and orbit around.
Mm. Okay,
Did I get your question right this time?
I think so.
Okay.
My circle disappeared, so I had to find it again.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes if you like, you can move. Oh, and to pan, panning is you hit control and then scroll wheel again, and then you can do pan around. So that's one way. Do you guys want to do another shape? Anything else you want me to go over? Let's see. We can do let's see. What can we do? We can do like a circle within circles. I can show you guys more relations. I can show you patterns. Okay. So say we have a circle, right? I'm gonna make it like 0.15 in radius or in diameter because I love it. And I want to put circles all around the inside of the circle. So here we have linear sketch. If you click linear sketch to the down one, we have circular sketch as well. So you have to have, if you're doing something circular, I like having it coincident with the origin. It just makes it easier. So in circular pattern, say it didn't already have the point selected, we would have to select the origin point. Boop, boop. Okay, usually it'll automatically select it. 360, you can do like 270 if you don't want it to go all the way, or 180 or whatever. And then you can put how many you want, and circles galore. But see, I only did 270, so that's why it's not going all the way around. But if I want to do 190, or I'm going to do like 360. So yeah, so that's one way, one thing you can do. We can also do like mirroring. Mirroring is a cool thing. Let me do like a rectangle. And I want to put a rectangle on this side in the exact same spot. I usually do a center line. And I drag it up so it's in the same, axis as the origin. And then over here, right above linear and circular, we can do mirror. And I like to just highlight it all. And I do copy because we want to make a copy of it. And then you do mirror about, hit that center line, hit enter, and now you have your mirrored thing. Yeah. You can move things, copy things, scale things, stretch things. I've used all of these before. Actually, I've used most of these before. Pretty simple, not too bad. I can show you guys things I've drawn before if you're interested. Like extrude or some of these, or cut some of these. I can do through roll, so I can just cut straight through. And now I have like a pizza with holes in it.
I have a question.
What's up?
In the drawing, there's like black lines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't like come out when you're printing it, right? It's just like a complete smooth surface. So like if you cut something up a bunch and like draw lines on it or something, do those like show up? Those are just like the
Like
shape.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those won't come up into the 3D print.
All right.
And it actually hates that. So. Yeah. The only thing, like say if I wanted to 3D print this, it would just come out nice and smooth with a bunch of holes in it. And then, yeah, it's basically it. Basically show you something cool that I actually had to YouTube at one point. So a lot of like my skills behind all this had to be YouTubed. I made this, I think it's this one, dice tower for my friend. It's supposed to be like a dice rolling tower. And I made this spiral staircase and like a little railing so the dice won't fall out, and a little pocket for it so it doesn't, you know, fly away. And I added some text, drop that dice, because she plays a lot of games, and I said, a dice tower for May. Yeah. So one example of how you could do this. The process of this was a little difficult just because I hadn't done anything like this before. So I had to use a lot of YouTube videos to help me with this one. I feel so unprepared. Is this what professors feel like? So yeah. Anything else you're curious about?
You go over some of the basics, because I think I missed like when you delete stuff, like the last action stuff.
Yeah. Let me go back to my circle. So, okay, yeah. So say I wanted to like, I forgot what this looked like without all the holes in it, just because I forgot. You can do this thing called rollback. So you see this glowing blue bar underneath all the things you've done.
Yeah.
If you drag it up, it'll suppress your feature. So it's like it never happened, but you just want to do like a couple little changes, couple measurements before you added all those cuts, and then you can just put it back and then it'll come back. So it's like deleting but not deleting. Say you wanted to delete your entire feature, straight up just delete it all. And you'll get this confirmed, because sometimes deleting something can be scary. And sometimes you have things sort of connected, and so it'll show up like sketch 1. Do you want to delete sketch 1, sketch 2? You can do delete absorb. See, like sketch 2. If I did delete absorbed features, it would also delete my sketch. But I want to keep my sketch. I just want to delete the cut. And delete the cut, the sketch is still there. Deleting something in a sketch, you can just highlight it or click it, and then hit the delete key on your keyboard. Control Z does work very well. Let's see what else would delete. Sometimes when I'm using the mirror tool, it can get very messy. So I don't know if you guys watched like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was making the symbols from the show, and I had used the mirror line, and this was just filled with like coincidences and a bunch of relations that it was hard to see. So I just straight up deleted this line, which is actually a mistake later on. But if you delete it, then all your relations go away, which can be bad or can be good. What else? Sometimes when you extrude stuff, um, you'll have to hit like the tree and then you'll have to go through it all. Sometimes you can click like, say you want to do extrude like every other one. So I know it's like glowing red right now. So down here in contours, you can pick which one you want. I want to do these two squares and these ones. Just those three. As long as it turns red, then you can click them. I want to do those. Hit OK. And then we have little bumps.
I have a question about like texturing stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure in Autodesk you would be able to like paint stuff or give it like a certain texture.
Or like color. So right
Yeah.
here in the same like top area, we have
Okay.
edit appearance. And then we can, there's texture. We can do checkerboard. Blue.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there like steel and stuff you can do that or?
I'm pretty sure there is. I don't think I remember how to do that. Let's see. Because I remember learning about it, but I don't. Oh gosh, I think my thing is going crazy. Appearances, colors, scenes, decals. There was a way, but I don't think I remember that.
Okay.
But I don't think. I mean, unless you're doing something for your future job. If you're just doing like a hobby drawing just for fun, then you wouldn't need it, unless you want to know the weight of how much this would weigh as like as a steel. If you guys are mechanical, what are your majors? Start with John. What's your major?
Mechanical.
Mechanical. Nick.
Computer.
Computer. Steven.
Mechanical.
And Austin.
Civil.
Civil. Okay, so John and Steven, you guys will learn Creo. You guys are regular mechanicals, not mech techs, right?
No, not Mac Techs.
Okay, I like saying mech techs. Oh, that's fun. You guys are going to learn Creo in 1202, I think, which I think is similar. I've never used Creo before, but I have a friend who switched from Creo to SolidWorks, and he said it was pretty easy. But you'll learn about relations and basically drawing things, which will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Computers, Nick, you and I, we don't get any of that stuff. That's self-learn. And Austin,
It's good to know.
you might not get any of that either. But I think you guys get to design stuff in it for like roads and stuff, which would be cool. But yeah, not as much 3D stuff. But that's okay. That's why you guys are in the FLC, so you get to learn all this stuff. Fun fact, when I lived there, we didn't have any of this, so yay for you guys. Back in my day. Okay. Anything else you guys are curious about?
So, are you going to go over the process of actually getting it printed or sending it to get printed?
Oh yeah, do you guys know how to submit? I know, John, you've submitted a couple files. So say I wanted to, I have a bunch of STLs already. Let me go, you guys can see the entire screen, right? So let's do assignments. I'm pretty sure I can submit. So let's do 916 and 920. All you have to do is submit the STL. Let's see.
And like all the comments and such.
Yeah, so I wish I could submit one. I guess I can't, but you'll just submit the STL we made. I have it so I can only accept STL files, DXFs, and JPEGs. So here you'll add what you want for your size. So sometimes when you get files from online, you might want it bigger, you might want it smaller, so you'll have to specify how big you want your piece. You have to specify the color as well. And for the dimensions, I like it. I like to make you guys work a little bit. I don't know why, but you have to do it in inches and millimeters, just so there isn't any confusion on how big you want it. And then you just choose the colors. And the colors, pages, they're all right here. So yeah, Here's all the colors we have. We have some cool gray, some warm gray, purple, black. Yeah. I actually have some of my own filament that I brought in. So we have 3D printing pens as well. I don't know if you guys are already at Hawthorne or not, or if you guys are moving in next week, I think. So we have three. Oh, cool. That's cool. So if you submit something, you can come down and get it when I print it. But we have 3D printing pens as well, and I have had like, you know, like little chunks of my own filament. So I have like sparkle black translucent and like neon orange and neon green and pink, stuff like we don't have for the actual printers, but just for the 3D printing pens because they're kind of short pieces that you guys can use as well. So if you made like Kirby and you wanted to add different color eyes for him, or a hat, you can add a hat. You can draw out with the 3D printing pen and then give Kirby a hat. So yeah. Did you guys want to draw something new, or?
I've just been messing around with it. It's pretty intuitive.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
too hard.
Yeah.
It might take some getting used to for sure. But you guys have it with the mosaic anywhere, so that's good. There is ways to do like videos with your parts, but I learned it, but I forgot it. Yeah.
About the mosaic thing.
Yeah.
I just went ahead and put it on like my actual computer, the SolidWorks.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay, right? I'm not.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, 'cause I saw it give me the product key and that directory.
Uh-huh. Yeah, of course, that's fine. I have SolidWorks downloaded on my desktop right now. It's just I know most people don't, so that's why I suggested Mosaic Anywhere. Plus, Mosaic Anywhere can be kind of slow.
Yeah.
But
It's
you
a really
guys,
cool system.
you guys get extra credit, right? For like showing that you know how to use Mosaic Anywhere with 1201.
Yeah. It's like an online workshop thing.
Yeah.
What is 1201? I'm not in that class.
What is 1201?
Yeah. What is that? I don't remember the number.
That's the intro to engineering.
I think I'm in. Wait. I don't think I'm taking that class just because of my major. Am I? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm in 2103. I guess
Okay.
computer is different.
No. You also take 1201.
Where is that?
I don't know.
I'm looking at my schedule.
You should be in 1201. The intro to engineering. You know, like, I heard it changed a lot, so I can't really give you a lot of examples.
All right.
Or maybe you're taking it next semester. You could be taking
I
it.
must be because I don't think I have it this semester. Shoot. I mean, my counselor said my schedule is fine, so whatever. If it's not on there, it's not my fault, I guess.
Yeah, it's on them. But yeah, you guys will learn a lot. 1201. At least you guys are online. You guys got a lot of assignments knocked off, I'll tell you that. So you guys don't have to do stupid assignments. Don't tell them I said that, though, because they know me and they'll yell at me. Actually, one of them called me a nerd because I said I audited a SolidWorks class for fun, and they're like, wow, you're such a nerd. I was like, so running off tangents as I usually do. Anything else?
So I submitted a file and I saw that like you said it was complete. Did it turn out good? I think it was like a key
The Disney?
thing.
It
Yeah.
turned out okay. So the MakerBots, they don't have the best stickage to the beds. It's a little like elevated on the key part. If you don't like
Yeah.
it, I'll print it again, but you know, it's okay. I saw that you submitted like an Iron Man mask or something like that, so I'll do that next.
Yeah, it was the best thing with like the base thing, and so I was doing making some Christmas custom stuff.
Oh, going in early, huh?
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah, we had one student last year who literally printed an Iron Man mask. Took
Mm.
20 hours to print.
Oh,
Yeah. And I actually
Did you,
tried it on. It fits. It fit my head because I tried it on for fun. But
how does that work? Like, is there like wait lists, or do you just have so many printers that it doesn't matter? Or,
actually, no one ever uses the printers.
oh,
Yeah.
well,
So
I guess.
print every week if you want. I don't care. Because
Cool.
actually, we started this in 2018. And I thought I would have like, tons of people wanting to print, but no one wanted to print. I was like, you guys are so boring. I had to ask the students to print stuff because I got really bored at work. But now we have the laser, so I'm trying to figure that out, make it work good. So yeah.
Did the guy with the Iron Man mask, was it like a full mask, or was it like, did he put it in parts and it kind of pieces together?
It was a full mask. It was just like the base, base Iron Man mask. It didn't have like red or gold on it. They printed it in black, I think, and they may have painted it. I think COVID hit, so I didn't actually get to follow up on it, but I think they could have painted it. But it was pretty cool, actually. Usually you can sand your prints down and paint them. I've painted my prints before. I've made like magnets and I wanted it to be two-toned, so I sanded the top a little bit and then painted it with acrylic paint. Yeah. And if you guys get like super enthusiastic with 3D printing, I have a really cheap printer for I got it for $250. It works decently. It has a heated print bed, single extruder. It's not too big. It has an 8" by 8" by 8" print bed, so I can't print huge things, but I can print decently sized things. So if you guys become super enthusiastic and really enjoy 3D printing, it's something you guys can look into later on. Anything else you guys want to know? Want to practice? And if you guys like practice at home and don't know how to do something, you can always email me, of course.
Right.
Could you just do a basic shape again, but just like a little slower?
Sure.
Because I've never even seen this before.
Yeah, of course. Let's just make a new one.
Okay.
Okay, give me a shape. Any shape.
Just cube.
Cube, okay. So up here, we're gonna have all our shapes again. I'm gonna do center rectangle because, yeah. All you have to do is click in the middle, drag out. Here's my rectangle. How big you want your cube?
Inch by inch.
1 inch?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 inch. Okay, exit. And then extrude and do 1 inch. By the way, I'm going to upload this to like YouTube or something because I don't know how to upload to Canvas. So you guys are going to have to hear my rambling all over again. Sorry, I didn't actually like rehearse this or anything, which I should have done. So that's your basic cube. If you want, we can practice some more cutting and extruding too, if you want, on this cube.
Sure.
Say yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's.
Unless someone else wants something.
Anyone else have suggestions to practice? All right. Oh, okay. So let's do something on the top. So sketch the top face. I'm gonna do Control-8 to just make it all even. Let's do a spline. Spline is kind of like a weird shape. So it looks like a line, but then you can curve it and make something super weird, like the weirdest shape in the world. So I made this slug, and you can do spline if you want. You can not do spline. Slot, to make, slots. like a piggy bank. You can make a piggy bank. So there's that. And then I'm going to cut. We should cut. I'm going to cut my slime and my slot out. And then I'm going to do 0.15 of an inch. Okay. And then we can do let's make something else on another face, just a random face. You can pick which one you want. Let's make some like dice. So I'm gonna do a center line here to here, just so I know where the center of the square is. And I'm not gonna do one for the vertical because this is a cube, so it should be in the middle. I'm gonna do circle here, and then I'm gonna do circle here. I'm gonna make 5. And then I'm gonna add some relations. So I'm gonna go to add relation, and I'm gonna do this circle and this circle. I want them to be the same diameter, so I'm gonna do equal. And I'm gonna make them, I'm gonna do smart dimension and make it 0.15. And then I'm gonna mirror it. So mirror this one. I'm just gonna mirror this right here. And we're gonna mirror about that center line that we made earlier. So now we have the horizontal. I'm gonna hit OK. And now I'm gonna add that vertical line, even though I said I didn't need it, but that was the past. This is the present. I'm gonna add that vertical line connected to the origin. So it'll be, you know, lined up. And I'm gonna do mirror, click these 2 circles again, mirror about that vertical line that we made, and then they'll copy it, hit OK, and we have 5 circles. Did you get all that? Was that too fast? And we can, oops, not revolve, extrude. So if you go down here to selected contours, you can click each one. It should automatically have each one clicked though. But just in case it doesn't, this is where you should go. We can do blind. Oh, and this thing right here, draft, that's kind of like making, you know, on stools or on tables where it's like thick at the top and then thin at the bottom. That's kind of like what this is. So I can make it like cone, closer to cone shape as I increase the degree. I can make them actual cones the more I increase the degree. So that's something that's kind of cool.
The tool.
This one right here that I'm doing.
Yes.
So that's already like included in extruding. So I can, with this little cube right here.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I can hit that button and turn it on and off.
Okay.
So like say you wanted the cube to, or this dice to rest on number 5 for some reason, you can add like a little draft, and then draft outwards will make it more cup-like. This is more like stool leg, table leg, and then this is more cup-like. So yeah, that's something fun. Thin feature, that's like adding an outer or inner ring to it. So I can like increase that. I wouldn't suggest it in this sense, but just showing the feature out. So yeah, let's keep it at, I'm gonna keep mine at 9 degrees. I'll make it cup-like. I kind of like the cups. Make it 10. I'm gonna make it 1.5. 10.5. So yeah, that's what it would look like. Looks kind of weird, but that's okay. Okay, let's move on to another face. Clicking it, sketch, Control 8. Let's add some text. Hello, world. So it'll always, be at the origin, which is kind of annoying. It's always going to be having a used document font, kind of always defaults with that. I always unclick it because I don't like the font. Let's do something fun. What's a fun font? Let's do. All right, I'm just going to click a random one. This one. Bold italic. Use 10. And I'm going to underline it. Oh, it's not underlined. Oh, maybe I need a. Hello? Maybe strikeout? Okay. Well, that didn't work, but that's okay. Here you can invert it if you wanted to. You can italicize it, bold it. I guess it depends with the font too. Something else that is kind of interesting that I don't recommend doing, but you can if you wanted to, is filleting and chamfering inside the sketch. So you know how we did that after we drew everything? You can also do it while you're drawing things. So if I wanted to, I need to draw something. I wanted to fillet the corners of my rectangle. I can put that 0.015. You could do that too. I don't recommend it unless it's part of your shape, but you can do the same thing for chamfer as well. And then I can cut these out. And then, so actually I'm going to not cut it out. So with extrude, let's pretend that there's an empty space right here. What you can do is you can extrude in two directions. So you can go into the cube and out of the cube. When we go into the cube, it wouldn't really matter because it's kind of merging its results with the cube. But if we do, say if you have like a tube, like say if you wanted something to go right here, you can have it extrude towards one side of the slot and the other side of the slot. Let's see, I can show you guys section view again.